Hello again, everyone. Welcome to Washington Gun Law TV. I am Washington Gun Law President William Kirk. Thanks for joining us. Hey, listen, we have had a very eventful 2022, and we know that we are heading into one hell of a war heading into 2023, not only here in Washington State, not only in Oregon, but all around the nation as these gun grabbers thumb their nose at the United States Constitution and the United States Supreme Court and attempt to disarm more and more lawful and responsible American citizens. To that end, we know that we have many fights coming up, not only locally, but all around the country, and there are only a few organizations actually brave enough to jump down into the trenches each and every time and bloody up their knuckles fighting for your Second Amendment rights. And that's why we're going to have to spend a few very important minutes today and talk about why we all have to give now if we want to preserve our Second Amendment rights. Okay, before we get going down the road we're going down, proud to announce that this video is being brought to you by Federal Way Discount Guns. That's right, one of South King County's nicest FFL facilities is located right here in Federal Way, Washington. Now listen, in addition to the amazing retail operation, indoor shooting facility, and wonderful staff that Mo's put together down there at Federal Way Discount Guns, as we know, they have also drawn the rather negative attention of your Attorney General. If you want to help out the folks at Federal Way Discount Guns fight this upcoming battle that they have, please feel free to give to them. We're going to put a link for the crowdfunding source down below, or you can just scan this QR code. They need all the help we can get, so I'm asking all of you lawful and responsible gun owners out there to help out the good folks at Federal Way Discount Guns. For more information, you can visit them at federalwaydiscountguns.com. Okay, so the issue I'm talking about, and it is very similar to what we talked about in this video right here, but in the last couple of weeks, I have had many conversations with attorneys involved in many of the organizations that I'm going to talk about, and we were talking about all the preparation work that goes into challenging unconstitutional gun control measures, and the work actually starts now. You don't wait for a bill to actually get passed and signed by the governor and drop and implemented, and then you start scrambling around trying to figure out how to get rid of this legislation, how to strike it down. No, you actually have to start the minute the bill is introduced, the minute the bill is assigned a number. The work on Oregon Ballot Measure 114 started almost a year ago. The work on what's likely to occur to us in the 2023 legislative session will start just as soon as the bills are assigned a number and put in writing. So, if you are looking for a last-minute tax write-off before the end of fiscal year 2022, perhaps you should consider giving to one of these four organizations that in my time representing individuals in the Second Amendment community, I have found that these four organizations, time and time again, are willing to throw their hat in the ring, willing to get into the fight and fight for your Second Amendment rights. And all four of these organizations are going to be critical to preserving our Second Amendment rights in the coming years. I'm going to start with two local-based organizations first. The first one, of course, is the Second Amendment Foundation and Alan Gottlieb. The Second Amendment Foundation has been the plaintiff in more lawsuits than you can shake a stick at. Alan Gottlieb's organization is constantly fighting to preserve the Second Amendment rights of citizens, not only in Washington State, but nationwide. You can learn more about them at saf.org. We're going to put a link down below. If you want to give to Mr. Gottlieb's amazing organization, the Second Amendment Foundation, you will have the link down below to do that. Another organization that I am really proud of my relationship with is the Silent Majority Foundation. Pete Serrano and all of the warrior lawyers that he's got working for him. Now, the Silent Majority Foundation really kind of made a name for themselves challenging Governor Inslee on a lot of his crazy COVID mandates, but has been critical in challenging the implementation of Washington's magazine ban and has thrown their hat in the ring down in Oregon more ways than one to help fight against Ballot Measure 114. It's a small local operation. They're just kind of getting started and they need as much funding as they can get. I encourage all of you to check them out. smfjb.org, Silent Majority Foundation, FJB, I think we all know what that's for, but smfjb.org. Check them out and please give if you can. Now, the next two organizations really don't need a lot of introduction. They are large national organizations that have time and time and time again thrown their hat in the ring and been very successful litigants in a multitude of litigation. So the first one, of course, is Gun Owners of America. Gun Owners of America, the No Compromise organization, is an organization that truly puts its money where its mouth is. Rather than giving hundreds of dollars each month just to get mailers back from an organization, don't know who would do that. No, the Gun Owners of America actually takes your money and fights with it. For more information about this amazing organization or to donate, visit them at gunowners.org. Again, we will put the link down below. That's gunowners.org. The final organization, another one that really needs no introduction, is the Firearms Policy Coalition. Now, not only does the Firearms Policy Coalition do an amazing job of litigating to preserve your Second Amendment rights, I think they do an equally amazing job of educating lawful and responsible gun owners nationwide about what's going on in the battle to preserve their Second Amendment rights. Firearms Policy Coalition has thrown their hat in more rings than I can count, and they are absolutely deserving of a donation from you. For more information, visit them at firearmspolicy.org. That's firearmspolicy.org. So, we know we have a war ahead of us. We know we have an upcoming battle, and we need to be equipped with as much ammunition as humanly possible. It is the moral obligation and duty of all of us in the lawful and responsible gun-owning community to back these warriors, to support our brothers and sisters who are fighting in every corner of the country to preserve our God-given rights. Please, before the end of the year, consider giving to one or all of these worthwhile organizations. I will put links and more information about all of them down below in the description box. In the meantime, if you have any questions about this or anything else related to your Second Amendment rights, you know the drill. You can always contact us at WashingtonGunLaw.com, or you can call us directly at 425-765-0487. Now, in the meantime, let's remember, part of being the lawful and responsible gun owner, like we talk about all the time here at Washington Gun Law, is to know what the law is in every situation and how it applies to you in any instance that you may find yourself. Until next time, thanks for watching, and stay safe.